The Duchess of Edinburgh was visibly moved to tears during her recent visit to Chad, where she met refugees fleeing Sudan's brutal civil war. Hello viewers, welcome to the royalty. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell, so you don't miss any updates about the British monarchy. During her time there, the Duchess heard their heartbreaking accounts of sexual violence and the horrific experiences they endured. Sophie, 59 years old, became the first member of the royal family to make an official visit to the Central African country, where she spent 3 days in Chad, including a day on the border with Sudan, before leaving on Monday afternoon. At a hospital center in Adre, near the border, the Duchess hugged 5 survivors of conflict-related sexual violence after hearing what they had been through. Overcome with emotion, Sophie burst into tears as she addressed the media following the private meeting, speaking of the profound impact of survivors' courage and resilience. "People are forced to trade food and water for sex and rape," she said. "This is violence that is activated through conflict. It is used as a bargaining tool. These women have no choice but to leave. Even then, they are lucky if some of them manage to escape, because some of the villages and towns they come from can no longer even leave their homes. If they do, they leave their homes and are killed." Al-Maliki added, "What they do to the children is... I can't even use words." The Duchess, who has 2 children, Lady Louise Windsor, 20, and James, the 16-year-old Earl of Wessex with her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, admitted she was very shaken after hearing the women's experiences she described as a destructive. One of the women Sophie met next said she had fled the city of El Geneina, in the West Darfur region of Sudan, after thousands of people were killed within days. The woman said her family was threatened with death and rape if they left their home, while her teenage son and brothers were among the men arrested and transferred. After arriving in the Chadian capital, N'Djamena, on Saturday, Sophie took an early morning flight on Sunday to Farkana on the other side of the country. Then a military escort convoy took her another hour and a half by car across rugged terrain to Adre, where more than 220,000 refugees, most of them women and children, live in a camp after fleeing following conflict between Sudanese armed forces, and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces that broke out in April 2023. After her emotional meeting with survivors of sexual violence, Sophie visited a session run by Plan International, which runs mobile protection units to try to identify children in camps who need help. The Duchess is a champion of the UN Women, Peace and Security, WPS, agenda and a supporter of the UK's Preventing Sexual Violence in Conflict, PSVI, initiative. Duchess Sophie,